Hey guys, it's Tree Baron here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at The Crew. In case you don't know, right now The Crew, which is a racing game, is free on Uplay. So if you go to Uplay right now, you can download it absolutely free. There is DLC in the game, however, and you're not going to get the DLC free. Obviously, there's stuff you have to pay for in the game, like cars and stuff like that. But it's still free, and hey, I like racing games. You probably like racing games too if you're watching this. I'm just going to give my first impressions of the game today and list out a couple of the problems that I've seen with The Crew. One of the major problems is when I first got The Crew, it did not work. Every time I tried to launch it, it would crash, which made me very, very, very upset. Mostly because that almost never happens to me. It's very rare that I have a game that just won't work. But The Crew was one of those games. Luckily, updating the drivers fixed it, and so now I was able to actually get to play The Crew. So then I start playing The Crew, and a lot of it is hand-holding at the beginning. It's kind of forcing me to do missions, and I hate that. The reason I want to play The Crew is because it's got this open world aspect. It's got a miniaturized version of America in it, but what's cool is you can drive city to city, and there's a lot of map on this game. There's a lot of map for a racing game, and you can go off-road at any time. You know, if you're into that, you can go, oh, look, there's a mountain. Let's go try to get my car up that mountain. And all sorts of cool stuff like that. The other stuff in the game, kind of lackluster in general, and I'm not really that big of a fan. But one of the biggest problems is that occasionally I'll be playing the game and there will be a glitch. The biggest glitch that I've ran into is that I'll be driving along, you know, just driving across the country or whatever, which I enjoy personally, and I'll suddenly run into a sort of roadblock. And I know what you're thinking, well, why would they put roadblocks in the game? It's not that sort of roadblock. What it is a piece of the game, like a giant square of it, won't load. So it's all blurry and weird, the textures are weird, and when you try to drive into it, your car will get stuck inside the map. It's really, really terrible, and it ruins my entire experience, because every time it happens, I have to go restart the game. And that's why I can't really recommend The Crew. There's a lot of technical issues with it, and the gameplay is fairly generic. That doesn't mean I don't like to play it sometimes. I like to hop in and drive across the country. But the problem is, I can't do that when I keep hitting loading screens. So yeah, that's my big issue with the game, is it's got a lot of technical problems. Beyond that, the driving feels great. I love the way the cars handle and such. I'm still trying to get the hang of drifting, and maybe it's because I'm in my starter car that I'm not really able to. But I do like the way the cars handle. Driving on the open road is nice. It's really smooth experience. It kind of feels like a real car in the ways that it's good when you're driving a real car, but it feels like a fake car in the ways that, oh, I want to do something cool, so it feels like a fake car. If that makes any sense. It's got a good mix of real and arcade physics, I feel like, which makes the game a lot of fun to just drive around in, you know, and stuff like that. As far as upgrading cars, it does seem that money is fairly achievable. Of course, cars get expensive really quick, so I was in the shop and I saw, oh, look, I can get a Mini Cooper. I can afford a Mini Cooper, and I basically done like nothing except the basic tutorials and the basic start of the game thing. So that's kind of cool. But then, you know, a Mini Cooper in this game I think is like 40,000-50,000, and then you look and there's a Lamborghini, which obviously I want a Lamborghini, but, you know, it's 500,000 credits or whatever. So, you know, that's a thing in the game. But as far as what I like to do, just drive around, you know, it doesn't meet that. It doesn't meet that because sometimes I run into these random, you know, blocking barriers. The story is just generic. I think I'm an undercover cop or something, just like Need for Speed Undercover, sort of, you know. I mean, ultimately, The Crew is sort of nothing special, you know. There's other racing MMOs like Need for Speed Online that I think do some things better, some things worse, but yeah, The Crew ultimately is just kind of lackluster, and it's kind of glitchy, and I come away with it with kind of a bad taste in my mouth about the game. So anyway, that's just my impressions of The Crew. It is free, like I said, so you can go ahead and download it for free if you want and try it out yourself. If you like racing games and you don't mind glitches that kind of break the game, I guess it's for you. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to rate, comment, like, and subscribe. See you later.